Hi, welcome to episode 9 of A Bible Primer. My name is Doug. We're going to discuss in this episode the divided kingdom. We left the episode before. Solomon was king. He was king over the whole kingdom. He has a son by the name of Rehoboam. Rehoboam becomes king. Solomon dies. Rehoboam becomes king. And pretty much at his inauguration, all of Israel comes to Rehoboam and they say, Solomon was a good king. Solomon made us very rich, did us very well, but he taxed us pretty heavily. If you will reduce the taxes, we will follow you with all our hearts the same way that we followed Solomon. Rehoboam says, let me think about this for a day or two. And he comes back and he says like a cocky little brat, he says, you thought my daddy was hard? I'm going to be so hard on you, you're going to squeal. Israel said, no. They collected and they went and they left Judah. They left Jerusalem and Judah. 10 tribes out of the 12 leave Rehoboam and Jerusalem and Judah, and they go and they form their own nation. The country has they don't have a civil war, but they have a split. The one becomes two. The northern group, the 10 tribes, hold on to the name of Israel, and they're also known as the Northern Kingdom. Jerusalem is in the area of Judah, so it becomes known as Judah or the Southern Kingdom. Now, the Northern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom is it's led by a man named Jeroboam. So you've got Rehoboam and Jeroboam. Jeroboam leads the Israelites to rebel against Judah. They go into the northern region and he says, oops, I made a tactical error here. The tactical error was this. The temple was in Jerusalem, which is in Judah. And the Lord's restrictions on the Jews is you will worship me in the temple. So he has a whole contingency of people in the northern kingdom that now are cut off from going to the southern kingdom and worshiping their Lord. And they won't deal with that, and people begin to bleed out of the northern kingdom to go into the southern kingdom, to give the southern kingdom their alliance so that they can worship in the temple. And Jeroboam sees all this and he says, I got to do something about this. So he sets up a temple in the north of the country and a temple in the south of the northern kingdom, and altars in them and idols in them. And he says, you guys don't need to go down to Jerusalem to worship. You can worship right here in your own country. Keep in mind, it's a mixed group of people. It's the same as the U.S. is today. It's a mixed group of people. There are very God-fearing people. There are very satanic people, God-hating people, and there's a whole lot of people in the middle. So it works great for some people, it works for some people, and it doesn't work for some people. They still make it down to Jerusalem. This setting up of the idols and calling the nation to worship in these temples is Jeroboam's sin. And Jeroboam's sin remains in Israel for the whole time that Israel remains. The northern kingdom has a grand total of 20 different kings. And these 20 different kings, the Bible states of all of them that they did evil in the eyes of the Lord, every one of them. And the evil is they maintained these two idols and maintained worship in these two idols, in these two temples. Idolatry. Until finally, bring in another nation, Assyria, which is kind of to the north of Israel, north and east. Assyria becomes a strong powerhouse in the area, and they come down and they conquer Israel, and they exile the Israelites into all kinds of different places, and they bring into the land of Israel and Samaria all kinds of foreign people, and it just becomes a mixed bag, and Israel is no more. In the meantime, Judah is seeing this whole thing. Judah also has about 20 different leaders. I'll say leaders because 19 of them were kings, one of them was a queen. But Judah also has about 20, and of those 20, 8 of them are known as good kings in the Bible, but the other 12 did evil in the eyes of the Lord. So even Judah is having this up and down moral cycles that the whole country had when the judges were judging. And they keep this going for about 100 years after Assyria has beat Israel and takes Israel out of the picture. But then another nation comes into power, and it's the nation of Babylon. Babylon conquers Assyria and comes down and knocks on Judah's door, and Judah says, you win, we won't even fight you, come on in. But that's a whole discussion for the next time we meet, when we'll talk about the defeated kingdom of Israel. So, see you then.